my favorite question. I'm sure that you get messages or DMs like, Luis, how to grow on LinkedIn. I don't want to say the word viral, but to grow your brand. But have you got any advice or ideas for people who want to grow their presence there?
Yeah, don't try and go viral. Absolutely no use having 100,000 people in your audience if you can only sell to 10. The people that tend to go viral are the people that sell hope, because hope is a universally applicable product. So they will sell you the dream of quitting your 9 to 5, or the dream of 100K followers and chasing dopamine. We are the people that have had to sit there and have people come to us with 50, 60, 70,000 followers that say, oh, well, I did this, and then actually nothing's come from it. And now my audience is, completely ravaged because I've got 50,000 people in it that I can't sell to. And every time they comment on it, it goes to their network who I also can't sell to. So now it's almost impossible for me to get my message out to the people that need to see it, who are actually going to buy from me. So I would focus on relevance more than anything. Yes, you can do top funnel posts that engage everybody, because that's the purpose of casting the net wide. So touch on universally relatable topics like politics or business or parenting or whatever it is that you want to do. But when you've got all those eyeballs, you need to start pulling that net back in, which is when you can then talk about the problems that you've solved, or a real story and the results that you've got, which is basically soft social proof. That's an engaging story with some emotion, some humor, some anger, some kind of thing that they can relate to, with the results showing that you help them, so that you position yourself as the hero in that story. And you continually cast the net wide and then pull it back in with credibility, and you'll start seeing the relevant people going, well, I like them as a person and what they stand for and their views because they're their top funnel posts. Now I also know they're credible. And then that's when you'll start seeing DMs, profile views, website visits, lead form fills, and things like that. A lot of people get too trapped in the top funnel stuff because that's where the dopamine is. Everybody wants to see 100 likes, 500 likes, 600. It's the human condition to want to kind of be liked, but then they fail to do anything else after that because they're so addicted to getting the dopamine. And then they try and post something about what they do, and they only get 2 likes on it. And then they go, oh no, I'm going to go back to this because this performs better. It doesn't perform better. You've not created a funnel. You're literally not getting to the second stage of the funnel. And the only thing that you're serving is your ego and not your business. So you need to actually have a strategy behind it.
It's a good point. You need to be mindful of what you are chasing. And as you really well said before, that sometimes there might be accounts with high followings, but you never see what it's like in the background, that someone with high following can struggle to find clients, whereas there might be account with just a few followers, much less, and doing really well. So you never see the whole story, and don't compare yourself to others because you don't know what is really going on.
Never buy from anyone that's promising you followers. It means absolutely nothing. There are less intelligent people out there who will try and equate follower count to credibility. They're the people that they intentionally target with these courses and things like that to sell them dreams and to sell them hope. But yeah, I always say the easiest way to do it is, when was the last time you saw this person post about some results that weren't their own? So what we do all the time is say, look what we did for client A, B, C, D, E, F. Whereas what they will say is, look how many followers I have. Look how much money I made. They make their money from selling you the dream of the thing that they are doing, not from actually doing the thing.
Yeah, that is true. Which I don't want to bring it up, but because we are now recording with Luis, just for the audience, a recent post that Luis made, I think made me actually think and realize as well that some people might be selling something. Now, what I'm referring to is the post about plagiarism that we discussed before. And I would honestly never expect it. I didn't see that coming, which then you don't know how many people are there that they are doing that as well. And you just don't know. And it's just example that it's something that I wasn't expecting. I wouldn't say that exactly that person was doing that, and see, now it kind of opened my eyes as well. So don't be naive and don't trust everything that you see.
It is. You have to look at credibility. I mean, plagiarism's rife on there, but you're quite right. It was kind of luck that was just delivered into my feed, and it was like, hey, you might like this post, and I was like, I do like that because I wrote that post. And then as soon as I clicked on it, and it was like selling an AI course to help you create better content, I thought, whoa. I'm not having my content used to do that. So, if people aren't good, or they don't have a skill, but they still want to get their grift on, they're going to take the concept of someone else's skill to, again, pull those people in that are desperate or vulnerable and convince them that this is the solution for it. But yeah, again, due diligence, people need to be doing more due diligence. Where is the history you know, over a long period of time of you achieving success in the thing that you are teaching me, that is not based off your own results or income, which you get from selling this cohort or this course. I will give me the evidence of when you've actually delivered that. Show me some of your work in the wild for real, so that I know you're a top 1% copywriter or this or that. And if they go quiet or they tell you that that's not a winner's mentality or anything like this, it's a grift.
Yeah, this is a guru bullshit. But Luis, I really wanted to ask you, like, is this actually how you found out? Because if I remember, it was like a few months ago, so I wondered, how did you actually discover that post?
Literally, LinkedIn delivered it into my feed and was like, suggested post that you might like. So yeah, the algorithm gods were very kind. And then obviously, because I don't use AI to write, I recognize my own copy because it come out of my head. So I always kind of recognize everything that I've ever written because I know how I write. So I was like, oh, that hook looks familiar. And then I clicked the rest of it and I was like, that's the exact same post. So I was like, oh, thanks, LinkedIn. And then, yeah, I commented on it just to open up and give the opportunity to acknowledge, apologize, and was told that this is how the internet works. People use other people's posts all the time. So I thought, okay, opportunity that was there. If that's the approach, let's see how the internet really works. So then I made my own post about it the next day. And then we found out how the internet really worked. And you know, for someone that was selling the concept of going viral, well, I helped you go viral. How did it go?